Parapsychology Today, a program of investigation into the realms of the unknown. Suspend your mind for a moment and journey to a world beyond the five senses. Parapsychology Today is a program exploring ideas, theories, and concepts that have been around since ancient times. We'll journey to outer worlds and inner worlds. We'll look into such phenomena as past lives, UFOs, and hauntings. And we'll explore psychic ability as it relates to human potential. We do not intend to prove or persuade, but rather present theories and personal stories of ventures into the world of parapsychology. Whatever your beliefs, we hope this program will start you thinking about a reality beyond the five senses.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Parapsychology Today. I'm your host, Pauline Nortness, and we have a fun show for you today. We're going to talk about everything is energy. And the person who's going to help me with this, her name is Patt Sendejas. Did I say that right, Pat?
Yeah.
And Pat is a certified, well, she's many things, but because of this topic, she's a certified, a California certified interior designer. So, Pat, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you. Oh, I'm delighted to be here, and it's a beautiful city.
Oh, McMinnville, yes.
Yeah.
McMinnville is very nice. We're here at McMinnville. So everything is energy. So start by telling us your background and training first. What's your background and training?
Well, it started at age 7.
Really?
I feel everyone has a gift within them, and I was spending the night at my friend's house and overnight, and I said, let's go down and rearrange your parents' furniture.
I bet they love that.
Yeah, the next morning I got up and the mom came down, and she was in the living room, and she went, oh, this is nice. And I went, and then we moved to California, and I don't know if I ever would have gotten invited back. So
Why did you move the furniture? What was the reason?
because it didn't feel right to me.
Okay.
And I
The
just,
energy in the room. You felt, that
felt
young an
that
age, you felt the
energy.
energy in the room.
Yeah, I just felt like it would be better to be arranged differently.
Okay, so you had a talent to begin with. Now,
Yeah.
what training did you receive after that?
So I went on years later because my husband's LA City fire captain, retired now. And to find an actual position in a corporate position working 8 to 5, I'd never see him. So I decided to start my own business, and I went to school. It was 5 years at UCLA, which was a certificate program for interior and environmental design for people who are professionals teaching the courses. And it wasn't a BA, it was...
Bachelor of Arts, in case people know what a BA is.
Correct. It was certified by the Federation government, the Federal Interior Design Organization.
Uh-huh.
And I picked that school because I felt it was high quality, and when I got out, I took a 11-hour exam to be a professional in the American Society of Interior Designers. And so that was 5 years, and then I started my own business. Well, I was teaching classes because I love to teach, and a woman came to my class and she said, I'm Dr. Stringer Ehlers, I'm head of the design.
Dr. Who?
Stringer Ehlers.
Okay.
She was head of the design program at Moore Park College, and she said, I'd like you to take over when I retire.
Really?
And I went, I'm starting my design business here, and I'm teaching a class, and we should talk about this. So I actually continued my own design business, went to work at the college part-time, teaching and raising 2 teenagers, and the college wanted me to get a bachelor's.
What'd you do in your spare time?
Yeah. And I said, okay, so I would be teaching the courses that my students were getting credit for, and they would have me take some of those at the local Northridge University in Cal State Northridge. And so I ended up getting my bachelor's. I only had 2 years left because I already had an AA.
So you had a lot of education in
I
interior design,
did.
but you had the talent, you had the ability, the internal ability.
Yeah, I loved it. And so a few years later, my assistant gave me a book on feng shui.
Okay, feng
and I
shui.
went,
You wrote a book on feng shui
I
too.
did.
I don't know if I can hold it. I usually have trouble holding it to the camera, but I'll do what I can. This is your book.
Yes, And it was very interesting because I said, what's feng shui? And she looked at me and she said, you've been doing design and architecture and you have no idea what feng shui is? And I went, no, but it sounds fascinating. All about energy. It's really great. So I was fortunate enough to study from a man who came to America from China. Who
It
was
sounds Chinese.
6.
Feng shui is Chinese. What does it
Yeah.
mean?
Wind and water.
Wind and water. Feng shui.
Uh-huh.
Wind and
And
water.
it's
Interesting.
a 5,000-year-old practice. Now, there's an Americanized version, but that's not what I do. We do not do mirrors. We do not do crystals. He taught us that when he was 6, he was selected by his uncle because there's a whole lineage of masters in China, and it's secretive. So they wouldn't let women learn this in China because they would get married and take it to another family.
Right. They want to keep it in the family.
They wanted to keep it in the family. So for him to come to America and teach this, and I got to take that, just was amazing. And I found interior design, when you mix it with the energies of feng shui, you get a much better environment.
So I'm going to say this. Nikola Tesla, who was a genius scientist, said everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. So can you explain what is energy?
I love it. Yeah, it's really neat. Energy is within each of us. We each are energetic beings. We have a natural light within our body.
Which are chakras, right? The chakras?
Well, the light within your body is what the military uses to see individuals with their night goggles.
Oh, really? They can see the energy around them then?
No, the energy within you.
Oh, really?
You have light within your body.
And
most
around
people
you
don't
too,
know
right?
that.
And
And around you. Well, that light that's around you is from within, and it reflects out. And so when they do those aura testings, they can see your light from within because it's illuminating outside your body.
Can you change it if you like?
Yes, you can, because it's your vibration. It's your joy. It's how much love you're feeling. If you're angry, you probably know this from people you've interviewed, you might have a lot of red around you if you're angry temporarily. But you can change your frequency. People are doing that now. They're I would say, waking up to this new frequency. 3D is like the Earth. It's like we're going to get in our car and drive somewhere. But 4D is when it's outside the box of time, when you're connecting with another energy that connects us all. And that's the frequency that everything is energy. So your tree has energies, your rocks have energy, your pet has energies. And you can tell a dog that can detect people's energy by just...
I know they can bark at you if they don't like you, or
Right.
just come over and lick you.
You're so right.
Yeah.
And that's what energy is.
And my husband doesn't like dogs, so when he goes with my dog, well, he sees my daughter's dogs, the one barks at him.
Oh, that's
She
fun.
comes over and jumps on me and licks me.
Oh, yep.
Well, I like everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's that, and you don't need to be positive 100% of the time, but the
No.
more positive you are, and Mother Teresa talked about this. She said, march for peace, march for love, march for what you want. Don't march against war, because you're putting out to the energy field, you're talking about war. So what are you going to attract? You're going to expand that energy.
So people have energy and so do rooms, because I've met people that I've liked right away. I really, my energy and their energy synced. And then the people that, I want to push away. And also I've gone into places, and I remember one time I was looking for a home for my mom, I think, maybe my mom and my dad, and I walked into this house and I just did not like the energy. I think I
Yep.
feel energy, I think I really do.
Yep.
I hugged a tree one time because I was told, I love ponderosa pines, and I was told trees give off good energy, so hugging a tree is not the bad idea, is it?
Hugging a tree is really important. There's all kinds of videos now on trees that emit healing energies. And so it's really important for people to get out in nature.
Yes,
And,
I know. I love plants and I love crystals. I don't know why, I just do. I've always been
Yeah.
attracted to them.
We do not recommend crystals or mirrors in the feng shui I do. It's all compass reading, orientation of the building, and mathematics. And the reason is, when I first started class, everyone in our class said, So where do we put the mirrors and crystals? And he said, you put the mirrors in the bathroom to shave and put your makeup on, and we don't recommend crystals. We don't want someone to walk in your house and see a crystal hanging there and think you did a feng shui remedy. And that's an Americanized. Now, crystals are wonderful.
I know I'm attracted to them. I can't
Yeah,
help it.
and a lot
They
of
make me
people
feel
use
good.
them for healing.
They make me feel good.
But it's not part of the energy shifting that we recommend. But you need to clean them when you have crystals. You need to clean them regularly. You can put them out in the sunlight. You can put them in the moonlight.
Or you can put them in a dish of selenite, because selenite's a crystal.
Or even soapy water. Yeah. So some people don't do that, and then it attracts negative energy, and they don't understand why they're not feeling too good.
Well, I walk in my den where I have all my crystals. It makes me feel good just to look at them. I just want to be around them. I just, you know, certain crystals I'm really attracted to. My friend who helps me with the show, she likes crystals too.
I would think that
And she
your
touches them
element,
and she feels the energy in them. I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Yeah. Well, I think that from what I can detect, maybe, is your element in feng shui, because there's 5 elements. It's a 5-element theory. They matched marriages in China with this. They charted people according to 5 different elements. And I would say probably your element is wood. You're wearing green. You're up here in Oregon where it's beautiful trees. You're supported by water. But where you take your power back is wood goes to the earth and digs in and pulls nutrients. That's crystals. The earth is crystals. So I would say that that's probably your element, but everyone's a different element. So you'll find that some people, like for instance, metal, chops through wood. If you encounter a person who's a metal type, you're gonna maybe not feel as comfortable. Well, they're the leaders of China. They're the ones that are very powerful. They chop through wood and trees. So if your element is wood, you're going to feel something not as comfortable. Michelle Obama is the metal yang that I've charted her. That's the leader of China. But it's very interesting. I had 2 sisters who lived together, and one was a metal, talking about how you feel about people you're with. And the wood person took my class, and she said, oh my gosh, my sister is a metal. No wonder we've never really gotten along well. And they ended up moving into the same home together, and they ended up not speaking to each other for 3 months. That's challenging. And there's remedies for that. You can actually bring in water to bring the 2 together. It kind of reduces the metal, corrodes metal. Never put your fountains in earth, because earth blocks water. But water reduces metal, and it strengthens wood.
You got to put ponds in earth, though. You got to dig a hole and put a pond in that's in the earth. Is that okay?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, throw some coins in it to strengthen it. Metal strengthens water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see, is clutter in home an issue? Clutter?
For sure.
Let's talk about clutter.
Yeah, and I find that teenagers will have things piled up behind their doors.
Oh yeah,
you
my
know.
daughter, I took a picture one time, her room was such a mess.
Well, that's because kids today have so many choices. It's like, what are they going to do when they leave college? There's just so much opportunity for so different studies. So because they can't make a decision, they collect clutter. And that would be a working woman or a man who's thinking about retiring, but he doesn't know if he wants to or not. So he's holding on to things.
Yeah, I want to get rid. I've got a room full of clutter, and I'm working on getting rid of it.
That's good.
It doesn't feel good.
Yeah, because you feel great when you let go of it.
Yeah.
And somebody else can use what you're holding on to.
Now you talk about a compass, and when you go in a house, use a compass.
A Chinese low pan.
Can you explain how you use the compass? And
Yeah. Well, I always like to do a prayer treatment because I like
What's
to
a prayer
ask. Well, I ask the universe to guide me on what the client that I'm consulting with needs to hear.
we're talking about interior design now, right?
You were talking about taking a compass reading.
Well, right, to see the energy in the house.
Yes, right. And so with the interior design, when I take the compass reading, then I can find out if the person is a West group type or an East group type.
What does that mean?
Your on the East group side because you're a wood and water and fire people, the chart under those, because I always do the personality first to find out if the house supports them. And then we get the bed direction based on their personality. Now, this is ancient. This is ancient Chinese.
This is over my head, too.
It was for me. It took me a long time
Yeah.
because it was a lot of math.
How about people, that are watching the show? Can you kind of keep it in lay terms so they understand what you're talking about?
Yeah, the 5-element theory is 5 elements. So let me explain
Yes.
that easily. Fire in nature, and this is a nature science. That's why I love it. Fire burns and replenishes the earth.
Right.
And it's good for the earth because it reseeds it. Now, if there aren't houses in the way, it's good.
Yeah, or
You know,
people.
it can be tragic when we
Yeah.
lose homes. But fire in nature replenishes the earth. So people
yeah.
who chart as earth, they love fire because it makes them feel good. My daughter-in-law would like a fireplace in every room of her house because she charges the fire. That's her element, fire. So then the fire replenishes the earth. Then the earth supports metal. Well, that's because metal comes out of the earth. You know, you're digging and you're getting metal out of the earth. So earth is the parent of metal. Then metal is the parent of water because water, when it uses metal, it strengthens the water. It makes it stronger for whatever reason. And then water is the parent of wood because wood and trees and grass and plants grow
In water.
when you put water around it. And then wood loves fire because the more wood you put on fire, wood's the parent of fire, the more fire burns. So fire loves wood. You'll find people who are fire element types, they will love to be around trees and hug a tree. And yeah, so, and they'll like 4th of July fireworks, those fire people. And
Dogs don't.
yes, dogs don't. And those comfort blankets are really nice for dogs.
I don't mean
sometimes.
to jump in, but I just
No,
thought of that.
please do. I love it when you do. So what happened was I was asked to teach this ancient Chinese feng shui at the college. And I taught it for a weekend, and everyone got credit to transfer to the university. It was an elective. Well, one of my male students, he took my little brochure with all the personality types, and he went up skiing. And he said he came back on Monday, he said there were 5 of us. We sat at a round table for dinner like this one here that you and I are
Yes.
at. And he said, I held this brochure underneath my desk and I charted everyone, and he said they each sat next to the person that supported them. And I went, you're kidding.
Accidentally.
I think intuitively.
Oh.
Like you said, you can feel the energy on some people. It's not because they're good or bad.
No.
It's just because you're not as
Like-minded
compatible.
or compatible.
Yeah. And so we can bring relationships together.
I would say that's how I pick my friends too, the people that I feel close to.
Yeah. And so it's good that you're supporting how you
And
feel.
it changes because I've had different friends at different times.
Yeah.
I've had one friend that has been a friend since we were babies.
Oh,
And
you're
she's-
so fortunate.
I said she's my sister from another mister. I just love her, and she's just,
Oh, I like that.
she might have been my sister another lifetime. I don't know.
Yes, that's really neat. Well, I had 15 past life regressions.
Oh, you did? Oh,
So
well,
I
that's another
truly
story.
believe in,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
living previously and bringing those gifts. I'm sure I did interior design in a past life.
I think I maybe worked in healing because I love the
Oh,
healing.
I'm sure you did.
I love talking to people about
Yep,
healing.
I'm sure you did.
Let's see. How did you experience that everything is energy? How did you experience that?
Ah, that was very interesting. The more I would take a compass reading and work up the energy,
In
for
the house.
example, of the house, I would find that the energy captured in the heart, because there's 9 quadrants in a home, like a checkerboard almost, with 9 boxes. And the center one is like the heart of the house. So when I calculated the energy where people were sleeping, they could be in the entertainment business and have entertainment energy where they're sleeping. The heart of the house, I found my daughter-in-law and my son, when they bought their first house, it was teaching. Well, she's a 5th grade school teacher for years now. So it mirrored what their career was, or if they loved to travel, or if they were going through college. All of these 9 numbers interpret energy. And
And I
they're
really like
assigned.
my house I live in, but I like it because we have these big, huge windows, about 20 feet in our family room, you know, and I love looking out, and I love the glass in the windows. I don't know what that's from, but
What are you looking out at?
um,
What's the view?
well, my backyard,
Trees?
and well, no, we took out the trees.
Mountains?
No,
No.
hills, kind of, sort
Well,
of.
those
I
are
love
hills.
mountains. If I could live anywhere, I'd have a view of mountains because I love mountains. I'm so attracted to the mountains.
Yeah, and the wood people, the wood types,
Mhm.
dig into the soil and pull nutrients from the soil. They love mountains.
I
They
love
love to
mountains.
live around mountains.
I
It's
love
just
mountains.
amazing how this charting,
Yeah.
they match marriages. I can see
If
why.
if I could pick a place, I'd live in the mountains, maybe on a lake somewhere.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
for sure, because water
Well,
supports
I'll-
wood.
Wallowa Lake, yeah, it's so nice.
Oh, I
Over
agree.
in eastern Oregon, so beautiful. I love going there.
Oh,
Feels
it's,
so good.
it's beautiful. Yeah, my grandson is at the University of Oregon. And when he was 12, I charted him. And he was charted, came up as a wood yang. You're a wood yin, which is calmer and great listener. Wood yangs tend to get things done. And when he was 12, he said, "Grandma, you nailed me." Well, why did he come to University of Oregon from California? Well, not only the major, but the beautiful water and the wood trees. Every wood that's a wood type
Yeah.
loves to be around
Even though we
wood
took
trees.
out trees, I do like trees. In fact, we had to
Yeah.
take out a tree because it was ruining our lawn, and I went over and I hugged it. I said, "I'm so sorry." I talked to the tree because I felt bad
You
for
should,
it.
yeah. They
Mhm.
are energy. It's
Mm-hmm.
really when people start realizing this, that everything is energy.
You know, I love
Yeah.
plants too, and I talk to my plants and
Yeah,
say
it's
how much I
really
love them.
fun.
It is. I love plants and I love crystals. I don't know, I'm just attracted to all that stuff. Okay, anything else about energy? And people in their homes, can they change the energy? And
Oh,
If-
yeah. We
Mhm.
bring in those 5 elements to certain spots in the home. Now, people have confused and thought, I need all 5 elements in one room or in one space.
Mhm.
No, no. Good interior design is only 3 colors that you bring in. The more colors you have of interior
Really?
design, the busier it gets.
oh, can I
Ev-
tell you something?
Uh-huh.
My sister never took a class, but she has a knack. She'll go into a home. She does, her business is called Creative Redesign, and she works with realtors. She'll go into a home that was on the market for like 5 years, 4 years. When she goes in, it sells within a week. In fact, one lady didn't sell her home. She said, "I love what you did in my house. I don't want to leave now."
Yeah,
She
she
changed-
probably did
She
that in
changes
past
the
life.
energy. She doesn't know
Yeah.
what she's doing, but
Yeah.
she changed. And when you said only 3 colors, she likes just black and white. She has very limited colors, and she takes out all the junk stuff and just makes it all nice and neat. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen what she's done.
Yeah.
I worked with her a little bit. I did the finishing touches. I like to do the little pieces at the end.
Yeah.
But some people just have that knack.
I believe it's a past life. I believe it's years of going life after life. You get a kid who's like 4 or 5 and he sits down at a piano without any lessons and learns. Where is that coming from?
That's true. Yes.
I believe that they've lived before, and before we come in, we say, I'd like to accomplish this. I'd
Right.
like to.
And we come up with
achieve
different
this."
interests. I mean, where they come from.
Right.
Now,
From here,
Yeah.
right
We have
here.
a few minutes more. Now, we talked about synchronicities. How does that fit into energy? Everything is energy.
Oh, my gosh.
Synchronicities.
The
You've had a
synch-
lot. Tell us about how is
Uh,
it energy, and tell us about your synchronicities. And
Boy.
what does synchronicity mean?
Oh, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Synchronicity is, a lot of people are experiencing them now, because when you go from the 3rd dimension of Earth, 3D, just, controlling everything, and you let go, and you watch how energy flows, and you think something, boom, you're going to have a person call you when you think about them, and you go, oh, that's unusual. No, it's a synchronicity.
That's happened to me many times. I'd be thinking about
Yeah.
somebody and get a phone call or an email.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
your thoughts become things. I'm certified as a infinite possibilities trainer.
Well, yeah.
Thoughts become things.
We can have another show and we'll talk about create your own reality, which,
Yeah.
but synchronicities go with this topic, everything is energy. It
It's-
probably goes with
it's-
both of them.
Yeah, it's how
Let's do
I
this topic.
really realized that
Mhm.
things, do fall in place when you think about it. And there's been so many on this trip. I'm absolutely shocked. It's really great.
Tell us some. You're from California, right? You came
I
up to
am.
Oregon. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for coming doing
Oh,
this
I
live
love
with
meeting
me.
you in person.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, it's just
Maybe we knew
really
each other
neat.
before.
I know. It's always been nice to talk to you because I love talking to people who are so open-minded,
Oh,
which
boy.
you are, and
You wouldn't
who
believe it.
really are welcoming all the different alternatives that we
How
have
do
on
I
this
know? I
planet.
can't know everything. You know,
I think that's what Henry Ford said. I always get professionals around me that
Yeah.
know so that I know
Or
who
their
to go to and
experiences, yeah.
ask. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. I was talking about your synchronicities.
Oh, I'm working to just call one. There's like so many. Well, the one that happened this morning.
Yeah.
I was looking for some bottles that are amber color, and I was going to go to the store and get wine bottles, and then dump out the wine because I needed them to fill
Well, that's too bad.
a product.
Wine is expensive, especially
Right.
depending on where you get
Right.
it. If you don't go to a winery if you're going to buy wine.
Right, and the
And
universe
dump it out.
yeah, the universe gifts me all the time. So the reason was I was going to see a friend here, and she has this great water machine, and she said, "Come on by, and I'll fill bottles with water." So, but they need to be in glass.
Yeah.
So I went, great.
You don't wanna use
So I'm going to
plastic.
stop on the
Yeah.
way to see her and buy those and dump them out. I open the door of my hotel, my room, and I step out, and here in front of me, not down the hall, not anywhere else, in front of me is the maid standing there, and on her cart were 2 empty bottles of amber colored wine.
Oh my God.
Empty. I didn't have to buy them. This is the way it's working. I kept saying to the universe, I've got to figure out where to stop and get these bottles so that she can fill them. I walk out and I said to the housekeeper, I said, "Oh my gosh, could I have those 2 bottles?" And she said, "Well, I can leave them in your room." And I said, "I need to take them right now." And she said, "Well, let me put them in a bag here for you." So that's just one example. And letting go is the big one right now. People are trying to control everything still. They're trying to make it happen. They were raised that you need to work hard and do things and take
Right.
action and make it
Right.
happen. No, you need to be in joy. You need to choose what brings you joy. You need to choose the people that make you happy. That's your
Yes.
environment. That's
Yes.
all part of your environment.
You mentioned the universe. What is the universe?
Well, a lot of different people refer to it in different ways. I see it as energy that connects us all, but I also was raised in a very Christian home, and I used to talk to Jesus when I was little, so I'm very, very connected to the Bible and different things. I studied theology at college.
So the universe could be a very spiritual concept.
It really is, and for everyone it's different. So, but it basically is the energy that flows through us and around us and connects us, and it's in plants. The sun is energy. The moon is
I
energy.
know. I walk almost every day. I like to be out
Yeah.
and feel that.
Out in nature is the way to go. It's just so amazing. And this is a synchronicity that I'll share with you just really
Okay.
quick, because it reminds me of what I did with the feng shui. I would write a newsletter, and in December, it's the shortest day of the year. Now, the feng shui I study is based on elements of nature. So I wrote the list, and I said, it's the shortest day of the year, December 21st. It's really dark. If you're depressed, you need to get out in nature. You need to get out in the sun to uplift you. And so after that newsletter, I said, "You ought to do that, Pat." And 6 weeks later, I'm going across Facebook, and my friend says, "I've got a new product I'm using that's based on light, your own inner light." And I went, universe, breadcrumbs, tapping me on the shoulder. And I called her and said, "I need to know about this. How's it? I haven't heard about this." So that's synchronicities. I put it out. When did it come in? Let me tell you one more. This is just amazing.
Okay.
20 years ago, I had a German Shepherd because I love dogs. And I wanted to do therapy visits at hospitals and schools and things with this dog. And I met this man at the post office, and he said, "Well, I've got a training course for therapy dogs. Why don't you come down?" So I did, and I went down and worked with him to train her, and then we went through the test, and she failed. because German Shepherds are very alpha. She has a mind of her own.
Oh, okay.
And so the next thing after that dog passed, I had a golden retriever. Oh, perfect golden retriever for
Great family
for
dogs.
therapy. Yeah, and they just love everyone. And so I thought this one I'll do therapy with, but I could never find time because I did work for California Closets for 5 years and full time, and that was difficult to take the time to do that with her. So she passed. So it took me the last
dog
couple
did?
years. Yeah,
Oh.
after she was
That's
about
so hard
10.
when you have pets because they die before you do.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
And so it's been about, well, it was about 2 years after she passed, because my husband takes a while to allow his heart to open again to another animal.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it's so hard. But so I put out what I wanted. I said, not a puppy. I can't do a puppy again. And then I said, a rescue dog. I'd like floppy ears. I'd like maybe 1.5 to 2. So I'm getting really clear.
Yeah,
and
what you want.
Calm, low temper, just laid back. So it took me a little while, but this particular dog I have now, the synchronicities of how it came in was remarkable. And it was at the shelter I went to 3 days before to ask if they had, she's an Akbash, which is like a Great Pyrenees or a cream golden.
Big dog.
Yeah. She was 57 pounds. They did not have her at the shelter. The next day, they called me and said she was in a foster and she jumped out the second-story window and she's here. Come get her.
Oh my God.
I went and got her. She was 57 pounds, healthy, but didn't eat there at the shelter. Had puppies, so someone must have been breeding her for puppies. But she was like 1.5 to 3 years old. That was exactly what I asked for. I didn't want a puppy.
Right.
So that was June of last year. And in December, I called the Alliance Therapy and I said I need to get this dog tested to see if we could do therapy because she's so laid back and calm. What Akbash dogs do, they're from Turkey. They lay around and they guard sheep. They protect the sheep. They don't herd them. They just guard them. So we went, the woman called and had me come to the park and test. No training. Passed the first time.
Wow.
Yeah.
She was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
And my thoughts and my joy about what I desired, but look how long it took. It took 20 years. So people who say, well, I've been thinking about it for the last month and it's not coming in.
Yeah, well, geez.
Divine timing.
Yeah.
Divine timing.
Right.
Because the universe knows so much more. Infinite possibilities are what the universe lines up for you when you don't know. So if you start trying to control it, forget it.
Yeah, I don't know if this is synchronistic, but I've always been attracted to huskies. You know, I just
beautiful.
love them. And so I took a class, my friend is a shaman, I took one of her classes, and I found out that my power animal is a white wolf. What do huskies look like?
White wolves.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
I've
That
always been
is a
attracted to
synchronicity.
huskies. Yeah, I've always been attracted to I just love them.
Yeah, and
They
you're
have-
listening
They
to
have
your
like spiritual
inner.
eyes. I look at their eyes and they're very spiritual.
They are.
They're just wonderful. Well, Pat,
Yeah.
thank you so much. We'll talk again.
Oh,
So this
thank
is-
you.
Is there anything you want to add before we go?
It's been a joy working with you because you're so connected to spiritual and you get
Well,
it. You
I know.
understand. And more people are realizing they have their own answers inside. So
Yeah.
it's really fun. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming up from California. I appreciate
It's
it.
beautiful here.
It is nice. Oregon's a beautiful state, yeah. Thanks, folks. We appreciate you watching another edition of Parapsychology Today. And if you'd like to make some suggestions, just email us at parapsychologytoday24@gmail.com. It'll be on the credits. Besides that on the credits, you'll also see Pat's information. So if you want to get a hold of her, you'll see her websites and her emails. Thanks again. I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye now.